Welcome to the Hollywood Walk of Shame. Get ready to be booed. Remember the balloon boy dad? The guy whose kid allegedly crossed about 3 states in just one day on an air balloon? Of course, that whole thing fell down. Well, now he's facing legal charges on court. Richard Haynes and Mayumi Haynes have just declared publicly guilty of a felony charge attempting to influence a public servant. The bad news here is I think I'm turning Japanese, I think I'm turning Japanese, I think I'm turning. Mayumi may even face legal deportation back to her hometown, Japan, if she's found guilty of accomplice to a public servant thing, whatever. No word on whether the kids are going to be called on court to testify yet or not, but if they do, you definitely better make sure there's nothing down their sleeves. Those guys are pretty sneaky. Daniel Radcliffe. Potter? Yeah. Pothead? Who knows? Really mysterious image came out last week on Britain's Daily Mirror of the celebrity, the 20-year-old actor, not looking his best. Apparently some friend drew some weird things all over his face with a pen, and he was not doing on his very well, you know what I mean. We spoke directly to Daniel Radcliffe's representative, Scott Butt, and he said that the celebrity is definitely not taking any herbology tests on his owls. We don't really believe this. We just hope he doesn't jump on the bandwagon like Jamie Waller did earlier this year. You know, the herbology team growing cannabis in his mom's house, whatever. Sexy photos, Cindy Crawford's daughter, and we thought Cindy Crawford was the only one taking pretty pictures for the bunch. Eddie Kyler, a former servant of the Crawford family, says there is a very sexy picture of her then 7-year-old daughter where she's gagged up and tied onto a chair with nothing but just a t-shirt, looking rather sexy. Of course, it's not sexy if you're 7 years old, it's just sick. The Crawford family, though, insists there is no such thing as a picture, and they even make fun of it. While Eddie Kyler says he's not trying to extortion the family, he's doing this for their best. He wouldn't like that picture to leak out anywhere. Well, we wouldn't really believe that. Although if Cindy did it, hide that thing. It sounds gross. Chris Brown, heckled by a woman in public. People don't forget, especially when you're beating up America's sweetheart, Rihanna. He was just walking down Foot Station in New York while a woman verbally assaulted him, saying, quote, fucking beat her, and quote, I hope someone beats the fucking out of you. Chris Brown turned around and kept walking. Next day on the Serena Williams show, he said, quote, the steps that I've taken to show that I'm sorry probably have been perceived wrong. I'm definitely remorseful, and it's not something I'll take lightly. We'll sure like to believe that. You know, he said he doesn't even remember when he beat up Rihanna. How can you not remember beating up such a pretty face? Anyway, Josh Duhamel. Remember the whole stripper thing going on last week where he allegedly cheated on Fergie with this stripper? Well, Nicole Forrester is using her last 15 minutes of fame to come out and publicly apologize to Fergie, saying she's not a homewrecker because she's still holding on to her man, meaning she hasn't wrecked any homes yet. Remember how she said the sex she had had with Duhamel was the best ever? The last time they asked whether it was the best, she said, no, not really. Come on, I would be having the best sex ever with him just to touch his six-pack. What's wrong with you? Anyway, she still says that Duhamel still text messages her. I don't really believe that either. I think it's more like Duhamel's representatives telling her to stay the hell away from him. Anyway, is Angelina adopting again? The Sun paper said that Angie has filed adoption papers again for a kid in Syria. The thing here is she was looked around signing them solo, no Papa Pitt around. Sources close to Whitney Spears tells us that Papa Pitt does not want a 7th kid. He says 6 is more than he can handle. It's more than what would make him happy. Do we see any trouble brewing in the family Jolie Pitt thing, or is it just a baby United Nations? Who knows? Megan Fox. Foxy, Foxy, Foxy. She still doesn't understand why all the women around the world hate her. Later up this week, she came out on the cover of New York Times magazine saying, quote, girls think I'm a slut and I have been in the same relationship since I'm 18 years old. If they think you're attractive, you're either dumb or a dumb whore. Honey, it's not your fault to look like a blow-up doll. People can't blame you for that. You don't go around saying shit about Michael Bay and hoping nothing gets back at you. I mean, come on. Sammy Sosa. He finally admits he bleaches. Did you see those creepy pictures of the guy getting whiter and whiter on the internet? I thought he was following Michael Jackson's footsteps, but whatever. The guy finally came up saying that he is using a bleacher cream every night before he goes to bed, and he uses it as a moisturizer. Moisturize what? That thing can cause skin cancer or something. Have you seen his pictures? You'll get a look at the pictures. I mean, that's just creepy, man. The Twilight Stars. They were forced to evacuate a hotel last week in Dorchester. The Dorchester Hotel in London. Someone, allegedly not a fan, turned on the fire alarm so the three cutie celebrity stars, the vampire Robert Pattinson, the creepy junkie Kristen Stewart, and the hottie werewolf Taylor Lautner, were forced to evacuate the hotel where a whole bunch of Twilight maniacs were waiting outside for them. Thing here is, before the alarm sound, there was not even a soul out there. So was it a leak? Who knows? At least Spears' sources tells us it was just a minor incident. We sure like to believe that. No harm was done, though. We just hope no more fire alarms go on while they keep touring to promote their new moon movie. Whatever. Courtney Love, she's taking out a new album. According to our sources, the album is going to be a mixture between David Bowie, Pink Floyd, and some 80s goth. I'm still wondering when the hell she finds time to make an album in between losing and gaining all that weight. I sure as hell hope the album cover doesn't look as bad as her stomach's looking lately. Have you checked it out? That whole going to plastic surgery thing, it sucks. It's not good. Michael Jackson, more people after his money. His former representative finally came out saying that Michael Jackson owes him money from helping him sell his Neverland Ranch. $2.3 million plus 15% gross off the LLC statement. No thing on writing yet, though. Money's supposed to go to his kids. It's not good. That was it for us today. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. This was the Hollywood Walk of Shame. I love you. Oh, by the way, before. Thanks to our sponsors here, right here. Say thank you. They help us to make this possible for you and for me and for everybody else. Bye.